So welcome everybody to Growth Mastermind Group. We are a group of entrepreneurs whose mission, vision, and purpose is to encourage other entrepreneurs to discover, fulfill, and unleash their potential. We are meeting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And please free to follow our Clubhouse and try to press the green beautiful button on the top. So in that way, you're going to be able to follow. But every time we're going to have a new room. And feel free to as well follow the moderators, which they're going to be always on top. And thank you very much one more time for joining us. And today we have an amazing 10Xer, Dr. Lis Carpenter. And she's going to talk about, except the fact that she's in a mission to change the world through healing and to empower entrepreneurs in healing. Mm-hmm. And she's going to talk today about an amazing subject, which is the energy of the healing that gives you quick results, which is a very important topic for several reasons. One of them, it is that we must have taking care of our body in order for us to become an entrepreneur and to be successful. So first we have to take out the vehicle that drives the business for the business to grow. So that's one of the reasons I consider always that, taking care of our body is going to make us to be, first of all, aware of everything that's environmental around us, and also is going to make us to be feeling good, showing good, and even more important, transmitting goodness towards our clients, our customers, and everything that is going to be around us when we interact with. Yeah. And this said, I want to give the mic to Dr. Lis Carpenter.
Thank you, Peter. First, I want to dispel some ideas people have about energy healing. So just the word makes people think, oh, that's like some stuff where you go to a shaman, right? And he sings some prayers over you and it elevates your consciousness or something like that. The energy healing that I practice and that I'm a part of is grounded in Dr. David Hawkins' work with the levels of vibration. There's a mixture of, I would say, some physiology, because there's muscle testing involved, if anyone is familiar with that. And then it also involves just looking for your subconscious thoughts or programs. And we find those through the words that you speak to yourself and the words that you speak to others. So there's always an ongoing conversation with yourself, and we're unconscious of it. So that's where people like me, SRT coaches, or I prefer to call myself an energy healer, but the organization that I was trained under is called SRT Global, Subconscious Release Technique Global. And the mission of the organization is to elevate the consciousness of humanity. So healing our emotions, healing our thought lives, and it does heal your body when you heal your thought life. So you have that exactly correct. So I want to talk about my journey here, as long as there's no need for clarification. I always want to pause and welcome questions as I'm speaking, because when a person is confused, then they kind of check out. So Wanda, Tabitha, did you understand everything I said so far?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, I understood, and I actually am quite interested. A few weeks ago, I came home and my mom was bleeding through her nose, and I had no idea what to do, so I just thought using healing energy, and I just popped it into YouTube, and it had this frequency, and I just pressed it, and she listened to it, and within 5 minutes, her nose start bleeding less. And within 20 minutes, she was more relaxed and the bleeding stopped. And I just don't know what happened. I just follow my instinct to do that. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Amazing, Wanda. And although I wasn't going to talk about that today, since you brought it up, I will. So there's a thing called Rife Frequencies, is RIFE. And there's a man named Royal Rife who did a lot of research on the frequencies that heal. And other people have done research on the frequencies that destroy the body, such as research on death metal or heavy metal. They found out that it literally destroys the body, like that kind of music. And so there's also frequencies of healing music. There's people who make harp music. And then they also have, there's a company called Whole Tones that makes music on specific frequencies to heal the body. But I will call him Dr. Royal Rife, I believe he pioneered the research for finding the frequencies that can destroy viruses, destroy bacteria, and help the body heal, like what you experienced with your mother. So that is so awesome. And that's something to look into if you're interested in those types of things. Now, I wanted to talk about my journey. I started out with just being a daughter of a Barbadian or Bajan citizen. On her island, they didn't have access to doctors like we have access to doctors in the United States. So they knew the bush herbs. They would use things called like gully roots and the soursop, sorrel. There's lots of different plants and herbs that they use for healing. When I'm sick, my mother will always make honey, garlic, onion, mix it all together and give that to me. So there's different homeopathic remedies that I grew up with. And then there's also, when I got older, I started studying essential oils. And I learned about the frequencies through the company Young Living. And I'm just like throwing out all kinds of company names, but I hope you all have an appreciation for the knowledge that you can gain through studying what these people and these companies release. So I learned about the healing vibrations that come from plants and essential oils from Young Living. And from there, I was focusing on, okay, I know that high vibe things attract high vibe things. And then from different teachers, I was learning like, hey, money and high energy is a high vibe thing. So when you have low energy, when you're down, when your body is sick, you're not attracting good circumstances or money, and you're not putting out the energy necessary for people to receive you. And they'll be like, I don't know, just doesn't feel right. I don't know if you've ever said that to yourself, like, I don't know about, it just doesn't feel right. When you're receiving the positive energy, when that person is feeling good about themselves and when their body is whole, then you're attracted to them. And when they're not feeling positive and when they're not, in a whole and happy mode, then it kind of makes you want to stay away from them. So I studied that. My mother wanted me to go into modern medicine, become a medical doctor. She was a nurse, and I elected not to do that. And so last year, December, I started coaching with the founder of SRT Global. And I did not have the intention to start a practice. I was just like, okay, I know I have mental blocks. I have money blocks up here, subconscious blocks that are preventing me from moving forward in my business. Can you help me? She's helped hundreds of other entrepreneurs. Her company, of course, has helped thousands, SRT Global. And then she's also contracted with bigger companies, corporations, to help them scale their businesses just by helping them think the right thoughts. And the subconscious release involves taking out the negative thoughts, and it's much quicker. I'm certain it's much quicker than any of the other methods that you've learned. If you've done affirmations, if you've done dream boards, if you've done the subconscious programs that you listen to in your sleep or when you're meditating, I've done all of those. But SRT has proven to be the most effective, and that's why Peter put quick results. Yes, I've gotten amazing quick results with my clients, and I'm going to pause here again to ask if you have any questions or if you've understood everything I've said so far, and if you'd like any clarification.
I have a question that I would like to ask you that, I think it's very important for everyone to understand, like when we talk about the energy, how we will define energy inside of our body? Because a lot of people, maybe they're not clear with what is the energy and what exactly, what do you define as energy flow, and what are the symptoms that you're going to experience in the moment you're going to have an exchange of that energy.
I love that question. I love that question, Peter. Thank you. So when I talk about energy healing, generally there is a traumatic event, or unconsciously you've absorbed a thought. Maybe I'm not good at math. Like I had that program. I'm not good at math. And it's made me avoid doing things that I need to for my personal accounting, right? I'm not good at math. I'm not good at math. So in a session, maybe that program you would share with your SRT coach, or you become aware of it within yourself like I just did. And it has emotions that are attached to that, like feeling down, feeling resistance towards doing anything involving math, and then repeating that program to other people. I'm not good at math. I'm not good at math. And when you say negative things, it actually creates a weakening effect in your body. So that's where we had the muscle testing. I'm putting my arm out because chiropractors will have you hold your arm out, and then they'll have you either say the negative statement or hold something that is not good for your body or not in harmony with what you need. And when you do that, they're able to push your arm down easily. Like there's a mechanism that locks your shoulder into place unless something is going on to weaken your body. So you can look up YouTube videos on muscle testing and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about with the things that are not in harmony, like foods and supplements that you do not need or should not take, maybe you're allergic to. They can test it that way. But we all have an energy field. We have an electricity coming through your brain, your heart. Like that's why we have pacemakers. It's like shocking your heart. The body is electric. And when we have a powerful field, then actually we're more attractive, right? And having productive and productive thoughts and happy thoughts actually increases your energy field. It expands it. And there's, I'm going to drop this for y'all just because y'all came today. I'm going to tell you about another part of research that I was very excited to learn about. There is an inventor in the US called John Ellis, and he created a machine for changing water into like an energy delivering and cleansing mechanism. So if you look up John Ellis water machine, you'll also find like this machine has been kind of suppressed by the government. This is the classic stories. But it can heal your body. And there are videos on YouTube where it shows how it increases your energy fields. There's a man in Canada that created a way to test that with a little machine. So it's very important for your energy to be high to get the things that you want in life. And it's also important to be aware of the subconscious thoughts or programs that are running there and to release them however you can. Hypnotherapy is a method that people use. But again, it's like SRT has been the most effective for me. And I pulled up this quote for those of you who are aware of the work of Nikola Tesla, because that research is being released now as well. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything is energy. We're actually big balls of energy, but we cannot explain how we actually have this form, but we do. But we are run by energy. So Peter, did that answer your question?
100% absolutely. And you know, like I was just wondering, you know, like since there were a big ball of energy, you know, a lot of us, you know, we lacking energy. And what happened to disappear that ball and where is vanished?
Mm. We frequently take in things that are not in harmony with our body. So we would say like we live in a toxic world, right? So I also studied. I hate to admit this, but I also studied with breatharians, the people who don't eat any food, and yet they live. And I was just like, I don't think this is real. You know, you hear that, you're like, that can't be possible. Yet they take time to absorb energy from the sun and the earth. They'll meditate. And I'm sure that there's other people in India that they've perfected this. So it's a fact that we're not actually running on the food and everything that we eat. Our body can change that into energy for us, but we're able to get energy from our thoughts, and we're able to get energy from the world around us and the sun. It's amazing. But yes, negative thoughts will lower your energy. Eating the wrong things will lower your energy. Being in a toxic environment and using the wrong chemicals on your body will lower your energy. So those are things to become aware of and to work into your process and I was going to say practices for yourself. Yeah.
And some people, they even can steal our energy.
Sure.
So yes, let me ask you this. Of course, if anybody, before anything, if anybody has any other question, I don't want to take over this, but you know, I have here my own trend of thoughts on this. But Tabitha, Wanda, if you have any question, feel free to join in. Anybody want to have any question? If you want, you can bring in the chat, and I'm going to be more than happy to read those questions. But I'm not sure. Wanda, Tabitha, any question? Okay.
I don't have any questions at this time, just listening.
Sounds good. So
great information, thank you.
Perfect.
Good morning, Eugenia.
So here we go. My question, ready? So since the moment we know that people can stay still energy, since the moment we know already that we can lose the energy,
Clubhouse.
since the moment we know that people can steal energy, you know, since the moment we know that we can lose that one, we can lose the energy that we have in our body, what we can do to ensure that we can conserve this energy without anybody to take it. And we like, kind of hold it for us. It's my energy. I don't want to lose it. I don't want nobody to take it. I don't want to be like, because I know that there's a lot of people that are saying like, and I met somebody that told me that the vibration of my vehicle, yes, makes it to lose the energy. I never understood until this day, and I don't have anything to explain on that one. But what I can tell you, it is that I know that there's a way that people can kind of hold on that energy and kind of convert the energy in positive thoughts and everything else. But I was wondering, is any way that we can conserve that energy for longer, especially as an entrepreneur, when we need the most energy and we deal with a lot of negativity, clients and everything else. And we are like kind of like to that point that, you know, like we're going to lose the energy or we're going to lose the power of following through. How we can ensure that that energy doesn't go anywhere, and how we can ensure that we're going to hold that energy for our business to be able to thrive every day and not to be half day through to be like done. Power. So any tricks, tips on that?
I saw that Wanda wanted to say something.
I'm gonna add to what Peter question. An experience I had a few years ago. I had this thought that people wanted to be around me because they wanted to take my energy. And a part of me didn't want them to do that, and the other part of me, in a way, accepted the fact. And I realized that I felt very constricted. And a few years after that, I decided to simply give my energy and let other people absorb. And I'm going to talk with people, and I realized that I felt freer. Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you for sharing that, Wanda. You actually brought up a quote that I had heard, and I'm going to share it here. Stuart Wilde. The key to success is to raise your own energy. When you do, people will naturally be attracted to you, and when they show up, bill them. So it is an awesome thing that you're a high energy person. You're conscious of being positive, and people are attracted to that naturally. Now, what most people lack is the understanding that they are responsible for managing their own energy. Energy is always in motion, Peter, so we can't really hold energy. It's always in motion. It flows. Yes. And stuck energy or stuck emotions actually makes us sick. But if you're talking about preserving a positive attitude and positive energy and keeping positive things flowing into your life, then I'm going to share three things that I do. One of them is I meditate every day. Okay. It is my morning practice to meditate. And when I first started meditating, I was not good at it. I was terrible. I hated it. And I would go for like 5 minutes and get tired. And I was like, this doesn't work. I don't know why people like even do this. And now meditation is an oasis for me. I get impressions of different things that are going on in my world and things that I should do, like you would call that intuition or downloads. And then I also feel energy surging up from my root, or people would say chakra, that energy center. I feel it surge up and my body feels awesome when I meditate. Like it is healing for your body. Another thing that I learned from one of my trainers is if you get hit by a negative client and you are triggered and you're in the mode like, I don't believe they did that. And you get caught up in those thoughts of, I should do this, I should do that. And you're detracted. You're taken away from your focus on your work. Breathing is access to managing your energy. But the thing that I was taught to do is called the shift move. And it involves breathing in, I think it's like, that's called fire breathing. And then doing 10 burpees and then releasing the energy through screaming. I scream into a pillow. Actually like screaming releases the energy. So I don't know if you're like up for the shift move, but that is something where if you're triggered and you're caught up in this negative mode, it'll immediately reset you after you release the energy. It's like breathe in and out, deep breaths 10 times, 10 burpees, and then whoosh, release. So again, I'm in the office, right? So I would find a pillow and scream into the pillow, but it gets that negative energy out of your body. Okay, so shift move, I shared the meditation practice. And the other thing, I don't practice this regularly, but if you are routinely around people that that they're negative, that they come and they suck your energy, their energy vampire. Different crystals have different frequencies and they affect your body. So you'll see like a lot of entrepreneurs use tiger's eye, or they'll use like black obsidian. It's the grounding. These things, they have frequencies and they can somewhat, I'll say somewhat, protect you from those things, but you still have to be aware. aware of the thoughts, the things that have hit you. And I'm going to give an example of like a projection, and then I'm going to show you how to clear it. So someone says, "You're selfish," right? And you're like, ouch. Even though you're like, oh, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. What I think about me is what matters. It still might sting. So this is the SRT process, really quick. When you get hit with something traumatic or something that hurts you, you would take a deep breath in, you hold it, because that gives you access to the fight or flight or panic mode, the subconscious mind that holds things in your memory. You'll hold your breath. You'll say the statements like, I release all positive and negative emotional blocks with I'm selfish. And then you release the breath. So you're not actually speaking it with your lips. You're speaking it in your mind, and you release. And I'll use that to segue into the next part about how Coral Grant, the founder of SRT, came up with this process, because it is very much related to trauma and the things that she had to overcome in order to become a very successful entrepreneur. I believe she's featured in Beyond the Secret. She's in one of those movies where she figured things out on manifesting, and she did it through developing processes like this to clear the programs.
I like way better the second one than the screaming. I'm not sure, I'm not a screamer, but yeah, that one is fine. The first one, screaming, I have a little bit doubts, but definitely, like I'm pretty sure that like people that they like to do that more. Maybe that's the reason we have so many screamers in this country. But yeah, I think, like at the end of the day, whatever is going to work for you, because everybody, it's different. Everybody has a different way of perceiving this and visioning this. So at the end of the day, whatever works for you or helps you to release that negative energy, I think is the most important part for to have it. And I was just wondering, on the same trend of thoughts, is there any like procedure in the morning or anything that you recommend for an entrepreneur to kind of start the day with, to push more energy during the day than their routine, or to add it to inside of their routine?
I am part of the Warrior Network, and that is, they're actually coming in partnership with SRT Global. And so we do have a daily morning routine. It's very specific to put us in power. And it involves a green smoothie, or if you've got something along that lines, living food to put in your body that nourishes you. People put a lot of things in their green smoothie, protein powder. Make sure that you have something green, so it's not just like fruit. Exercise, get your exercise in. Not talking about like 2 hours of exercise, but enough to get your body like pumping and awake. Meditation is part of it as well. Meditation and journaling out your thoughts, because journaling out your thoughts also gives you insights on where you are in your life. Then the next part is giving to the people who give to you, like your support. So example, for your wife, your children, you will think of something, how can I give to them? Just make this is the term that we use, make a deposit into their life before I get going in my day, because you don't want to forget your family as you're building your business. So you'll do something for your wife, for your kids, or for your significant other, or someone that you really want to build a relationship with. And the last part is to study in a specific area where you're seeking to improve in your business. So if you're seeking to improve your advertising, you're reading a book on advertising, you're getting one insight and you're applying it. So that's the process for the Warrior Network every morning. But like what I shared, the most powerful thing I do is meditate. and I will not skip my meditation. I might put my exercise off to like later in the day, but meditating puts me in a state where I'm like, I'm ready to attack whatever. And I have like this, when you meditate, things will affect you less because you're able to observe your own emotions, and you're able to observe the other person's emotions, and not just be just immediately triggered by it. You're kind of like, I see what's going on here. This has happened 20 times. Let me think about how I want to respond. But people who don't meditate, usually they don't have access to that kind of emotional regulation. So yeah, I know you're understanding this because you've heard it many times. But was that answering your question about how to?
100%. And I'm pausing again in case somebody has any question or any remark to this. This is a good moment to ask. Eugenia, Tabitha, wonderful Wanda. I just don't want to be like taking over, and I want to give the opportunity for others. Yes, Wanda, we're listening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. Sorry, the app thingy is okay. So I just want to say that I'm loving this. I noticed my mom started watching a lot of news, specifically during the pandemic, and she changed. She started getting so sick and it won't go away. And I told her to stop watching the news, but she's like, I need to be informed and all these things. And so listening to this conversation is great because I can, I love this morning routine. So I'm going to speak with her so she can have her own morning routine, and that way she can heal and hopefully stop watching the news. Thank you.
I have to comment on that. The more entrepreneurs you talk to, you'll notice they will shield themselves from the news. I actually believe the news is a propaganda machine. That's what I call it. It is used to control your mind, but also the body does get sick when you're in a state of fear. And so we've actually been under assault, I would say, with constant negative news of the COVID. So I was like, oh, a bunch of people are dying. I'm not entirely sure about those numbers, but whether it's true or not, I can't afford to get fully absorbed in the news because I know what it will do. And there is a doctor, this is a medical doctor. He did a study on this, and he wrote a book called Your Body Hears Everything That You Say. So your body is hearing and responding negatively to all the negative news. And so that is very important to kind of guard yourself from those things. You're aware, people are going to tell you anyway. So it's like, just provide yourself a little cushion, and let your mom know if she's not aware. People think themselves sick, and also fear like breaks down your immune system. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much.
Peter, I know you know all of this. That's why I'm sitting here smiling like he's hearing this like for the 7th time probably.
I love it because there's a reason we are having, like it is a very important, I think, understand that, like the constant exposure that we have to the environment we are living in, it's kind of the one that's affecting most of us, most of our energy, most of our trend of thoughts. So, we already know that, people that you surround yourself with, is the one that's influencing your life and your budget and everything and all the stuff. So better surround yourself with positivity and people that they like, most likely to encourage you and to make you to scale up, to say like that, than to be like taking you down and beat you there with a rested mind because, only thing they know is TV. So yeah, But yes, TV can be very, I'll say, nocive to our body and our mind. And I stopped watching TV, I think, since 2007, I think 2006, 2007. So I think I almost have closer to 20 years. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't miss nothing, so I'm okay. If I really want to watch a movie or something, to be fun. There's YouTube, there's any other ways. But however, I was just wondering, like now we learn about what is energy, we learn about what is important, how to kind of organize it, and how to keep it together, to say that from the energy point of view. I was wondering, is any like way of us increasing it? Like right now, we already have it. We managed to keep it. We managed how to push it down and to listen to our body and to release everything that's negative. Can we increase it? Can we do something to kind of then exit to the point of you're gonna be like irradiating that energy? That's how much energy you're gonna have. And if so, what are going to be the procedure that we're going to use, or how we're going to manifest that energy towards others and towards ourselves, and how we're going to keep it?
Sure. Two things came up while you were talking, though, and I feel like I need to share these things because this is from my personal experience in life and from studying as well. So after I learned about the energy practice of the man in Canada, how he can measure people's aura through a machine that he created, and he's involved with the John Ellis water machines, which raise your energy. I would say that again, the water, because they've altered the hydrogen bond, raises your energy and helps cleanse your body. But the process of SRT involves releasing negative thoughts, and it also involves putting in positive programs as well. So that same breathing technique that I showed you, where you take the breath in, you hold it, you say the thought in your mind, and then you release the breath, that also is putting in positive programming. So if you've already been using affirmations, you can do that and you can see a difference. Like I did affirmations for years. I was one of those the secret movie junkies. I was like, I'm going to make my dream board and everything's going to just manifest because I'm going to stay positive. No. No. But through the process of finding your negative programs, releasing them, and then also maybe putting in the opposite program, putting in the positive program, using the breathing technique, your energy vibration goes up. Also, you need to stay away from negative people. I was in Florida. I'm in Bogota, Colombia now. I moved away from my family because my family's negative. And you can feel when somebody's angry, not just see it on their face. You can feel when somebody's negative. You don't just see the frown on their face. You can feel it. That's because their energy is being sent out from their body. It's the vibration that goes out. So when you're surrounded with those people, it affects you and how you manifest no matter what. People's auras can literally be like a quarter mile. They can be huge. So your living environment is really important. And then also what you're holding inside. If you're holding love for yourself and love for others, that helps immensely. So I wanted to share those two things, and the part about SRT. So I want to talk about Coral Grant a little, if you all are willing to listen. She's the founder of SRT Global, and the way she developed this is through the work of Louise Hay. I don't know if you've heard of her, but her and another woman were looking into how to heal your body physically through your thought life or through your mental things. So she has the book that has been like a perennial bestseller, You Can Heal Your Life. And in that book, it talks about thoughts and how it can affect different parts in your body. And then it has the positive affirmations for you. And she has a beautiful organization called Hay House. That's Louise Hay. But Coral, and going through this book and going through a few other texts, recognize when you have a traumatic experience, the body seizes up, the defense, the body seizes up, it gets tight, tense. And generally you hold your breath. So when you're traumatized, the energy gets stuck in your body, the thoughts and the experience get stuck in your mind, and you tend to relive it. People talk about karmic loops. I keep having the same thing happen to me over and over and over. And that's because it's trapped in your body. It's trapped in your cellular memory. And so through the SRT process, you can release trauma, and that will heal your body. And you can release these thoughts, and then you stop that karmic loop. You're open to other experiences. And I do want to do a quick session with you, Peter, just perform the technique with you so everyone can actually experience it. And those of you who are listening, there are SRT group sessions. So if you're listening to Peter and you say, I think I have that program going on, you can do the breathing with him and release it at the same time, even though I'm talking to him. So all of you, I do want to do that. And I want to just make sure I touched on everything before we do that. I talked about healing music. Healing music is made on specific frequencies that harmonize the body. Living foods, very important for raising your energy. Essential oils. Yes.
I have a question. What is the frequency of that music that is gonna, because we have music with different frequency. Is any specific frequency that is gonna help?
I will say no, but I would say if you want to find the research on that, look at the book written by the man who created the company Whole Tones. It's WHOLETONES. He wrote a book to kind of explain it on a deeper level. So I don't listen to a specific frequency of music, but I'll like look up healing harp, and then it'll say a frequency next to it, and I'm just like, yeah, I know that one. So there's different ones. And when I talked about Royal Rife, there's different frequencies that his machines make. Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay.
And the last one is detoxing. I do detox regularly. In India, if any of you are aware of Ayurvedic medicine and that kind of thing, it is a practice to take in bitter herbs and that kind of thing to cleanse the body. It's not common in the Western world. We started doing intermittent fasting. That's become kind of popular, I think, for people who want to do weight loss, right? Maintain their weight. But it actually is a detoxing process. It gives your body time to actually, for the organs to function like they're supposed to, because we're not like bogged down with digesting food. So I detox regularly. There's detox teas, but to actually consciously get specific herbs or supplements to detox the body, that will keep your energy up, because the colon being bogged down with fecal matter and toxins is something that lowers your energy. So I wanted to share just a healing story, a physical healing story by one of the coaches that really influenced me a lot. Her name is Jen Smith. You can find her very easily. Jen Smith, SRT coach, if you Google her. She was bound in a wheelchair. She I don't know what her illness was, but she had 2 small children. She's not an old lady, you know, she's young, and she just had a negative outlook in life because, like, I can't even take care of my own kids. But she found the SRT process, and she, in a short period of time, was able to go back to functioning normally. She's not sick now. I recommend people to her that are physically ill, because I haven't had that process. Like, I healed through the trauma of rape, but she went through, oh my gosh, I'm on a decline, I might die, who's going to take care of my kids? Like, that is serious. So yeah. That's all I wanted to share. You can heal physically, you will heal your mind, and when you heal your mind, you'll heal your body. And Peter, so what would you like to work on? We're going to clear one program, and you guys can clear it with him.
Sounds good. I'm ready.
Well, first you have to tell me something that you see going on in your daily processes or in your business that you don't like and you want to clear.
People that they say they will do something and they don't do it. They don't keep their word. It's annoying me. I'm trying to be nice with them, but I cannot.
Okay, so what I'm doing right now is the ring test. It's a type of muscle test. So I hear the program you're saying. People don't do what they say. It's testing strong. So that means that's not the program that's going on. Let me see. Now I'm thinking people are untrustworthy. Okay, I can't trust them. That one's testing weak. People are untrustworthy. People are untrustworthy. I can't trust them. So the thought would be, I can't trust them. So we're going to clear that. And Wanda, Eugenia, Tabitha, this is a popular program. So I encourage you to clear with us. And give me 1 second. I'm going to get a list of emotions. I have it over here on the chair. So I didn't talk about this.
Before you start, can you, I don't know, there's an echo. So if you could, like, I don't know if it's a speaker or what is going on, but like, oh, man, probably you have two phones at the same time. So that's why there's an echo.
Do you still hear the echo?
I need to talk. Okay, the echo's gone.
Yes, the echo's gone.
I was hearing it, but I didn't think it was that bad. So thank you, Wanda. All right, so there is a, this says SRT Global at the top.
Anything that was said.
From what point?
Just the last probably 2 minutes where Peter's mic was unmuted and yours and Wanda's, and it's just all I heard was echoing.
Okay. So the last thing I was talking about was a story of Jen Smith, how she was not well, and how she was able to heal her body through SRT, and that's the subconscious release technique that I'm about to go through with Peter. So she was wheelchair bound. She has 2 small kids, and she had other people taking care of her kids for her. Through the SRT process, within a few weeks, she was able to get her life back. So what I was saying is you can use SRT to physically heal, to mentally heal, all forms of healing. It is effective. So that tells you how powerful your mind is and how powerful your thoughts are. And now we're going to clear the program, I can't trust them, with Peter. So feel welcome to breathe with us to clear emotions and thoughts that are related to that. So let me explain the process, Peter. I'm going to go through this list of emotions, and I am connected with your energy field. We're all connected. So I'm going to be muscle testing on specific emotions. When this energy circuit, this is electric circuit, when it breaks on a specific emotion, I'm going to have you read a statement in your mind. You're going to take a breath in, and all of you again, you're welcome to take the breath with him. You take the breath in. I will read a statement for you to say related to the emotion, and then you release the emotion. I will test again. It should be strong. It should be strong. It shouldn't break the circuit. And then we will move on. So yes, we have maybe 6 minutes. So yeah. So yeah, this is the SRT Global Emotions list that I'm going through, and I'm just going to go quickly as I can through this process. And the program is, I can't trust them. Okay, so we hit on evil. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release all evil with I can't trust them. And release. Now it's strong. Deep breath in. I release all nervousness with I can't trust them. Release. And I'm feeling positive sensations as he's clearing these things. All right, deep breath in. I release all stubbornness with I can't trust them. Okay, so I've gone through the negative side and now there's positive emotions. So there's a different statement that I read for the positive statement or positive emotions. I'm going to say I release all blocks. So we can have blocks with receiving our good, and we can have, you know, these negative things going on all the time. So okay, deep breath in. I release all blocks with kindness with I can't trust them. Good. Deep breath in. I release all blocks with receiving with I can't trust them. Yeah. Are you feeling any different? Peter, are you feeling any different? You can unmute. I muted myself.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was trying not to say nothing because I don't want to create again a mic effect. So
Yeah, echo.
I was a little bit muted.
All right, so we got through the list. We cleared the program with Peter. If any of you, oh, Eugenia, did you have a question or a statement to say? Okay, I noticed she had unmuted, but I guess she didn't have any comments. So there is a general statement now that I will read for you. We finished the list, and it kind of is to get anything that maybe we missed. So deep breath in. I release all positive and negative emotional blocks with I can't trust them. Great. Now you can share how you feel and how you thought the process was.
I have a question about the process, yeah, because I'm trying to consciously understand it. When you release also the positive, like we said the last statement, are we releasing the positive also, or are we holding the positive? Because you say you release the positive and negative. So then
You're releasing. I want you to mute for the echo.
Yeah.
You're releasing any blocks to having that positive emotion. So we're releasing blocks with receiving. So sometimes blocks are there for actually experiencing positive emotions, and sometimes we've got the negative emotion that is our norm, and it's just running and running and running. So we had the receiving, and then we had kindness. So there's blocks to being kind with people because you're like, oh, I can't trust them. Can I actually give them my best when I know like they're not, maybe not trustworthy? So sometimes we have that going on. So I hope that explains it. Was that clear?
100%, 100%, yes.
I think Wanda wanted to say something.
Yep. I just want to say that was an awesome experience. On the first statement, after I breathed out, my body took a natural big breath on its own and then released, and I felt lighter. And I noticed on the last statement that my body is still like You know, when you wake up in the morning and you want to take the kinks out of your body, so you just like stretch and move. So I find that I get to do that statement again for whatever reason. And I'm just, this is cool. Thank you.
Awesome. So Peter, let's do a positive fill up. This is a,
Yeah, I'm here.
I didn't want to echo.
I'm mute, so I can talk.
I still hear the echo.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Can you hear me now?
Okay, so we can do a positive fill up. Tabitha, Wanda, do the fill up with us. I do this every day, sometimes several times a day. So take a deep breath in. I'm so happy and grateful. I'm open to receiving better than I can imagine in all areas of my life. Yeah. And I feel all warm and tingly inside. So that's the process. And over time, people's lives actually get better and better and better as they continue the SRT process, because you're releasing negative thoughts, and negative thoughts actually age you as well. You're holding those things. So stay young, stay light, stay healthy, practice SRT for yourself.
And if you want, you can keep rewinding the last 6-7 minutes and learn the process. No? I can do that.
Yes.
Okay.
And
yeah. So question as a you know, like for the audience, is this gonna help? Do they have any, because you mentioned any list, like a special list? Do they have to have the list with them when they practice this, and where they can find this list if they do so?
I don't want the echo. So, hi, Jay. So everyone, feel free to reach out to me and ask me for the SRT list. And I will send that to you. It's in PDF format. Also, I do give out free 30-minute sessions so people can experience it. Now, what's awesome is you all got to experience it for yourselves and today. So you kind of know how it goes, but that's clearing one program. And you know how good it feels to just have that released. But you can clear many programs, and the process is a conversation with me where I help you find them, or you can come with programs that you found on yourself and we clear them. I am highly intuitive. I am, my whole life is healing. So I do have like a higher intuition than a lot of people. So I can help with that. But thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter. And thank you everyone who came.
Thank you. And for, like on YouTube, or maybe we're going to post a link where they can reach out to you, and that way they can find you more. And on the recording on the Clubhouse, feel free to follow Lis and to reach out to her through the Instagram, and trying to make sure that, you're going to get all the information, all the necessary things that you need to kind of put yourself in a better position as a positive energy, and to be ready to crush it inside of your business, whatever it is your business. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what is your business, you have the same body. So take care of that body, and make sure that that body is going to be fully energized and ready to crush into the business, and ready to take any, I'll say, negative remarks or negative people around you without affect too much your positive energy and the way that you're going to run your business. And of course, more energy you have, more shiny you're going to be, more customers you're going to attract. So why not take this one to the next level and experience it in the way that it should be. So this being said, I appreciate one more time everybody that came on this call. And Lis, we appreciate it. We were looking forward to hear more from you, and we're gonna post everything that's needed inside of the YouTube. We're gonna post this on YouTube maybe in a couple of days from now on. And feel free to reach to her Instagram, which is a little bit different. And maybe you can mention it here for those one who listening. What is your handle? Because I know it's fascinating. So
Yes, I have 2 Instagrams.
the one with
Yes, I have at Dr. Lis Carpenter, but I also have at Make Today Extraordinary.
that's the one that I was having. So make
Yeah.
is her Instagram handle. So if you want to make today extraordinary, please free to reach out to Liz and talk with her, see how you can make your day better. And this being said, thank you very much on everybody on Clubhouse one more time. Don't forget, we are the Growth Mastermind Group, group of entrepreneurs whose mission, vision, and purpose to encourage other entrepreneurs to discover, fulfill, and unleash their potential. And we're meeting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're looking forward to see you on this Friday. And we're going to have another event, another positive mindset, and we're all about entrepreneurial journey and how we can we empower ourselves to make sure we're going to be crushing and helping others in their journey. And this being said, this is Claudia Peter. I thank you very much, everybody, and have a wonderful and blessed day. And see you on Friday. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye.
Mm.